maybe you kind of come up with some answers like this, but that's why you see things like you can't rent a car until you're 25. You can't, vote until you're over 18. You can't drink alcohol till you're 21, because you can imagine that if you've got some immature prefrontal cortex, if you're not super great at making judgments or planning out your actions, then something like alcohol might affect you even worse. So we want to make sure that your brain is close to as fully developed as we can before we put it into some of these situations. Okay, so one other cool thing that is in, well, I lied, there's like two more cool things, but one second to last cool thing that I'm going to talk about in the frontal lobe is this region called Broca's area. So you can see it here represented by this little person speaking out loud. So this area is involved in speech production. So it's being able to say words out loud. Take a pause and think about it. Sometimes one thing that's really cool to me is thinking about what might happen if someone is damaged to a particular region, because this is often how people figure out too what brain regions do. If you see someone who has damage or a lesion in a particular area, you can look at their deficit in behavior and determine what that region does. So if someone is damaged to the Broca's area, this is something called Broca's aphasia. You don't need to know that, but that's just a term. These individuals have trouble producing speech. So they can understand speech, but they can't say the words that they're trying to convey. So to give you an example of this, let's watch a little video. So this is a man who has Broca's aphasia. So listen to how he is interacting with this interviewer.
But tell me, why is it that you're moving actually?
Tunnel, 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 tunnel. A tunnel, 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 tunnel. A tunnel, 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 tunnel. Tunnel, tunnel, or tunnel, 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 or tunnel, 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 tunnel.
Is it because the kids have grown and the house is getting too big, or
Tunnel, 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 tunnel.
ready for a smaller place?
Tunnel.
Seems reasonable.
Okay, so hopefully what you can tell from this is he's understanding what the questions he's getting asked. You can kind of see him in the different intonation of his voice. However, he can only say the word tonal. So he's having trouble with speech production because of this damage to his Broca's